What's going on, guys? Back with another video, and this video is going to be a little bit different, guys. I have something I want to share so you guys get to know me, because doing my Periscope videos and my Instagram videos and stuff like that, a lot of people have asked me why I'm always so positive. How can I be so positive all the time? So I want to give you a little glimpse of my life, and it's not as happy as you think. People think, oh, you must have had a great childhood, great family, easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I had a really hard childhood, a really rough one. I remember it. I remember my childhood was not as always happy. See, my family, my father was he was there, but he was very distant. He never really spoke to me. He never really, took me in as per se his son in a way, because he never really cared to show that affection that he did with my siblings and stuff like that. I was always made the example out of. So whenever people were listening, he'd make an example out of me. And now my father's not an abusive father. I want to really clarify that he's not an abusive father. He's a corrective father, but not abusive at all. But however, it was a rough one growing up. Now we're okay, thank God, after years of growing. But like, now we talk, now we communicate, now we're good now. But I could have used that when I was a child. Every child needs both his parents. At times I felt like my mom was my father and my mom at the same time. So it was a bit of a rough one. Okay. Growing up, I was bullied a lot, bullied and neglected and rejected, and I wasn't very happy. I remember I was very depressed when I was young. I was a very depressed young man and very rebellious young man. I took it out on my siblings. I remember that. I would never hurt them to the point of beating them, but I would, pushing them around and yell at them and treat them like shit, because just had anger bottled up because of my father and stuff. So not to say that two wrongs make a right, but like, I was a very disturbed young man when I was growing up. I always did what I wanted. Very rebellious, and they would say no, I would say yes, or we also had problems. And all due because I didn't really care at the point, because I saw my father didn't really care. So I said, if he don't care, why should I? But inside, depressed, sad, lonely, antagonized, really. And it was hard growing up, especially being bullied at school. And I was always the class clown to try to get accepted, and never really worked out. Got in fights over dumb stuff. It was bad. And then I remember when I was 17 years old, going into my senior year, I kind of knew I had an idea, because we never had really a legal status in a country up until several years ago. We really never had a legal status. Now, I'm from Colombian origin, but I was raised since I was like 4 in America. So I didn't really know Colombia. All I knew was the States, and that was my home. And then my brother as well, my younger brother, and then my 2 younger siblings came. They're American, were born over there. But up until I was 17, I kind of got an idea that maybe I couldn't go to college, and my biggest dream, or one of my biggest dreams, was to be a computer animator. And broke my heart when I knew I couldn't, because I had an idea we couldn't. I hadn't even had a social security number, nothing. And I started thinking about college with my friends. And my father, thank God that he was very prosperous in his mortgage career that he had. And he had a lot of money. He made a lot of money in the States, and selling houses and stuff. And he got in there at the right time, and was able to provide with a really good house, with a really good life. We had good houses, good cars. We were living a prestigious type life. To that effect, it was good, but I wasn't happy. My father wasn't really there emotionally like I needed him to be. I couldn't go to college because of my legal status. So when my mom finally sat me down and said, we just bought a new home, we can't afford it till the next couple of years. The next couple of years, my friends will be halfway through college. I'm just starting. Like, no, I'm not. So I started working, and been working ever since. And lived in the States 12 years before we left to Canada, because they were accepting Colombian refugees, because obviously Colombia at that time was a very, very dangerous place, and they were accepting Colombian refugees. So we left to Canada and we lived there illegally for about 5.5 years or so. We had a temporary resident card until we had a permanent, and then to our citizenship, all due to refugee status, which unfortunately is what King denied. But we had two type of statuses in progress, and one was a humanitarian, and our lawyer said you might as well stay, because if you leave, even if they accept it, for you to come back, it's gonna be hard, and then time goes on, and then they'll just put it aside and never give it to you. So we stayed, we hid for a while, and it was hard, hiding and whatnot. Couldn't work, couldn't do nothing. We had to really, really cut down on a lot of things and freedoms that we had. It was like a prison. We couldn't leave the house until I got caught, and I got arrested and sent to jail, and then after that sent to prison. I was in a prison in Mississauga for 3.5 months. And I've never been to prison. When I was growing up, I did a lot of dumb shit and never got caught for it. And I said, I quit that stupid life. When I was 18, I said, now I go to big boy jail. I smarten up, and I started working and, made legal money. But I told myself I didn't go to jail for the stupid shit I did. How am I going to go to jail now? Like, what the hell? And, started again with a depression and very, very low self-esteem and depressed, and to the fact that after I got deported back to Colombia, I fell into a deep depression. I shut everybody out, and got lost in alcohol and drugs, and I remember I wanted my life to end, and I would jump on a bus, and I would hope the bus tips over and somehow kill me. I'd cross the street without looking, just to fast track my way to death. Stupid shit I did, and pick fights over nothing. Just hopefully somebody would stab me and kill me, and that'd be the end of that. And they got close. They got really, really close. I remember my mom had to pick me up a couple of times, and I was in a very, very, very rough spot, very tough shape, and almost got killed a few times over stupid shit and just going out and drinking and put my family through hell. My father not talking to me was very tough. Was like perhaps the hardest thing ever, that I couldn't have a man to talk to. It's man to man, and obviously you have to have a man to man, because you can talk to your mother all you want, but your mother's emotional and doesn't see things like a guy does, and guys don't see things like a girl does. So you always sometimes need that man to man, and it's very, very tough. And I remember I just went to sleep every night, and I asked God, if there is a God, don't let me wake. Don't let me wake. That's all I would say. It's hard, It's really, really hard, really tough. Started working, try to keep my mind off things, and didn't help, because the more money I made, the more alcohol I would buy, and deeper I sank into depression. I would drink every day, and it wasn't helping me. And, so one day I met a friend through one way or another. I don't remember. They say true friendships, you don't remember how you met. Well, I don't remember how we met. And he helped me. He saw that I was everybody that knows me knows I'm the type of guy to smile. But inside I was dying. I was losing the will to live. And this friend saw that. He saw right through my smile, and he helped me. It was tough. Because working through depression and all that, it's tough. It's really, really tough. And the problems you had, but I pushed through. It took time. I pushed through, and he taught me that I need to start looking forward to things that I wanted to do in life, to revive the dreams that I had. So through all this that was going on, we found out our family in Colombia had been through a 10-year process of getting through a great ancestor that was French, so it was European, to get European papers, European passport, citizenship. Due to that, my grandfather's mother was French. She always lived in Colombia, but she was French. She was born in France. So through that way, we were able to get our papers, and and it's something we never had because we tried 12 years of trying in the States and America and Canada, and nothing. By this point, I was like, I don't believe it till I have a passport in my hand. I don't believe crap. Everybody's been promising, yeah, in the States you can. No. In Canada we will. No. So I said, I don't believe crap until I have a passport in my hands. And of course, through my depression, I didn't really care. I said, here in France, I want to kill myself. I want to die. I don't give where I am. I don't care. I want to die. And I shot everybody out. Then I got the news about that, and when they finally came through, my mom said, let's go to the consulate in France and pick up your passport. And I said, won't pick up nothing. That's lies, deceits. That's another process to go with another process. And we finally got there and signed some papers. And I said, see, no passport. And 2 weeks later, they called me, come pick up your passport. So I did. I couldn't believe it. It helped a little bit, but not really. But then my friend said, use it. Use that. You got a passport now, you can travel, go back to the States, go to Paris. Now I didn't have a cent to my name. But I had a good friend in America once he found out what I was going through. I'm forever indebted to him because of him that I am where I'm at. And he patronized he funded, if you will, my trip to America. To get my mind off things, he was going to help me. He received me with a hug at home and everything. He's a good friend, and he helped me. And from there, I stayed about 6 months, and I left back. I went to Paris. I said, before I go back to Colombia, I want to see the world. I want to see Paris. And I remember going to Paris. This was 5 years ago. I liked it so much, and I said, you know what? I have a French passport. Why don't I just stay and work here? Making euros is better than making dollars or pesos, for that matter. And I stayed. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know nobody. I was there by myself because my family was all back in Colombia. But I decided to stay and make something of it. And I did. It was tough. Times that I didn't have to eat. Times that I didn't have for shelter. But I made it. Then after that I went to London. More opportunities. I stayed there, then back and forth to Paris after my family finally came to Europe. They had landed in Paris as well. And back and forth this, and then now I'm in Spain. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Depression is not something to be taken lightly. And I want to say this. If you have a friend who you believe is depressed, listen, be there. Be on the lookout. Depression can lead to suicide. I didn't kill myself because of my boy in Colombia who helped me. My boy in Colombia who saw through my smile and told me life is worth living. Saw through my smile and told me life is not for you to take it away. It's not for you to end it. Life is for you to live. It's not easy, but if you put your mind to it, you will make it. If he wouldn't have done what he did, I probably would have killed myself. If you have a friend or a family, and this is why I'm so passionate about being happy on the inside before you have happiness on the exterior. Because listen, when I was going through all that, $10 million could have landed on my lap. I'd still be depressed. I would have spent it all on drugs and alcohol, but I'd still be depressed. I wouldn't be happy. Money is not everything. Money doesn't buy happiness. It's a means to help you get there, but it does not buy happiness. It doesn't buy it. Because if you're not happy with yourself, money's not going to make you happy. That's why I'm so passionate about it and helping people understand that they need to be happy with themselves. Because listen, if you're happy with yourself, you won't be depressed. You won't be depressed and sad and lonely. You'll be happy. Listen, be happy with yourself. And if you have a friend that you know is going through depression, Be there for them the best way you can. Depression is a powerful, dangerous, fatal thing. It's hard, but you can go through it. If I was able to do it, you can too. That's why I talk about change of mentality. Alright? So listen, if you have a friend in need, take it from me. It's gonna end my life. And my friend helped me not to. Take it from me. Help your friend. Be there for your friend. Because people in depression need someone to lean on. Because right at that moment in time, when they're going through depression, they don't know how to lean on themselves. And if you're going through depression, listen, now I lean on myself. Now regardless of what I go through, I know I'm worth something. My life has value. And I know what I'm capable of. And I know that anything I put my mind to, I can do. And I know that I will make it. And I know that things will happen in a positive manner. And I know that I will go far in life because I can depend on myself. And I can lean on myself. But I know right now you're going through depression. You don't see it. I didn't see it either. And if somebody would have told me this, what I'm telling you, about 7, 8, 9 years ago, I wouldn't have believed them either. But trust me when I tell you, when it is at the darkest hour, it's because the sun is about to rise. And listen, right now, I'm telling you, wherever you are in this world, your sun will rise. Your sun will come up and shine once more. Don't give up. And if you have a friend in depression, or if you're in depression and you have friends, go lean on them right this now. If you're listening to this video, watching me right now, it's because you know that you can't lean on anybody else. Go lean on somebody. In the future, I guarantee you that you will be able, once you push through depression, you will be able. Listen, if you're able to push through and get through depression, there's nothing in this world more heavy and more fatal and more draining than depression. And if you can work through depression, I'm telling you right now, there's not a goddamn thing in this world that you are not able to achieve. Lean on your friend. Life is worth living. And if you have a friend in depression, let them lean on you. Because you're saving a life. Like my friend saved mine. And that's why I'm so passionate, guys. That's why I'm so passionate. And I just wanted to take today and do a different video. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I wanted to do a different video today for that reason. Because I feel in my heart there's a lot of people dealing with depression. Today in 2019, there's a lot more people dealing with depression than there has ever been in this time, in this world. Insecure. I've seen gorgeous young ladies insecure about themselves because of one bad relationship. It's because they don't know how to value themselves. And they need somebody else to value them. Value yourself. Don't depend on anybody else's value. You're worth something. You're a rose. You're a rose. You're a beautiful, you're a gorgeous person on the inside. So guys, please don't take this message lightly. If you have a friend in depression, please take it from me. I would not be here today talking to you if it wasn't because my friend saved my life. Alright guys, please don't take this message lightly. Let's fight depression, okay? Fight depression. Because it's depression. It's leading to all these suicides, to all these killings. Because they have they don't know how to let it out. Fight depression, guys. And like I always say in my videos, if you can see it in your mind and you can feel it in your heart, you can have it in your hand It's possible. If you can see it in your mind that you can be out of depression, feel it in your heart that you can be out of depression, you will be out of depression. You gotta put your mind to it. I know it's hard, but listen to me. I did it at my darkest hour. You can too. It's a process. Just because you decide today that you're gonna fight depression doesn't mean tomorrow you're not gonna feel depressed. It's going to happen. It's a time. You gotta give it the time necessary, like any emotion. But depression is the most controlling emotion. What we have to do is know how to control depression as opposed to let it control us. Fight depression, guys. Let's help those in need when they're in depression. Let's help those that are going through a deep depression. Help our friends, help our family members. Alright? Take care of each other. Take care of one another. Take care of yourselves. One love.